Hello, and for the 20th time, welcome to Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I am MARTEL ROWLAND. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. I want to thank all the subscribers out there and everybody who supports the podcast. I'm sorry that it's been about 2 weeks since I posted an episode. I bought some new equipment and try to upgrade the equipment, and the equipment is not working out. So, such the way that I wanted to work out is not really working with the software that I use to record. So, I'm doing my best to try to improve the sound equality for all the listeners out there. So just give me a chance and bear with me, and hopefully over the next course of a few weeks, I will have the sound all figured out together. Because right now, as I'm recording this and I'm hearing myself through the headphones, I'm hearing the echo, which is really peeing me off, because I don't know why I'm hearing the echo. So just bear with me as we get through this. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks. I didn't say a couple of weeks. Well, yeah, a couple of weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since I did an episode for you. So it's just been crazy. And one of the craziest things that Black Panther Chadwick, who plays the Black Panther in the Black Panther movies, had passed away from colon cancer, and that just took me by surprise. It was just a huge shock. Like, what? I just couldn't believe what I was reading. And somehow sometimes you see how celebrities they come across like your timeline, whatever, and you hear about them being dead, and you got to go do your check and your fact checking and make sure. And then when it turned out to be true, I was just like, damn, I couldn't believe it. So just rest in peace, Chadwick. Thank you for all the amazing movie roles that you played. I believe he played Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson, and it was the Black Panther, and it's just so many iconic, powerful people that he has played or portrayed in his career. So just thank you so much for that. So, for the newer listeners, if you don't know, I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm about 45 minutes away from Kenosha, Wisconsin, where Jacob Blake was shot in the back 7 times by police officers. And and it's crazy because there's a lot of people not understanding why African Americans or blacks or minorities, whatever we're called now, feel about what's going on, and what people are not understanding, like black people, like when we like okay, my mother once said that every time that she knows me or one of my brothers are out, she worries because with how things are now, she don't know if we're going to make it back home. And and it's crazy because not only are we fighting, the racism that's going on, but even within our own community with our own people, sometimes you just never know. But the crazy part about it is at the point now when it comes down to racism and everything that's going on, it's like when a black person or black male gets, I ain't gonna say a black male, just blacks in general, when we are pulled over by a police officer, the first thing that's going through our mind is, oh my God, I hope I survive this. Because you never know how these traffic stops are going to end when it comes to African Americans, blacks, minorities, Latinos, Mexicans, whoever who's considered, darker than the rest of everybody else. You just don't know. And I heard all the stories about with Jacob and everything, and I heard from what some of the stories that I was heard. It's crazy because you don't ever hear this on the media, But it seems like since we live so close to where it happens, we are able to hear a lot of what some family members are saying. I believe his fiance spoke out about what had happened. But from what I heard, I'm just gonna put this in quotations, and this is just what I heard. I don't have no true facts on this, so please do not go off my word. But far as Jacob Blake goes, um, so from what I heard is that his he was originally called over there. When he was over there, basically he was over there to break up a fight, and the police were called. And for some reason, he got involved with the police, and I guess the police tried to detain him. The police claimed that they deployed the taser twice, and it failed. And he still walked to his car, as we all saw in the video, and the police officer had him by his shirt, and as he proceeded to try to get in his vehicle, the police officer shot him 7 times in his back while his children was in the back seat of that vehicle. But the crazy part about it is that I understand everything that going on with Jacob, but the crazy part about it is, when I watched the video, there were so many children that was close to that scene, and not just his children that was in the back seat. It was kids that was out on the sidewalk, kids that was onlookers, kids, and these were young kids. And this police officer just shot with no regard, and the fact that that police department is trying to cover up that this police officer fucked up, and that's really what it is he fucked up. And I don't care how anybody take it. I know I said earlier, don't go off my word, whatever, but you know that this is just my opinion, and this is just how however you digest it, it's just how you digest it. And after all this happened, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, people started rioting. It was burning down places, and it's crazy because I don't know what made them think that something like this was going to happen. Because to be honest, black people are tired. We're tired of the way how we're treated in this country. We love this country as much as any other race and what's the religion, whatever. We love it as much as you do, and we take pride in this country as much as you do. We have our brothers, sisters, mothers, grandfather, cousins, our families serve for this country. We have had family members die for this country just for this country to treat us like the dirt on the bottom of their shoe, and that is not right. And then the fact that we have a president that's sitting in office right now and not doing a damn thing about what's going on in this country, it just baffles me. And the fact that he has all these supporters just gets me. I'm not understanding. And then these people are really standing on voting for a complete idiot. And I'm just at the point where it's like, what else do we have to do to prove to you that we shouldn't have to prove ourselves at this point? Because you racist, your children, that you racist people out there, your children are mimicking our culture. And then the crazy part about it is, for African Americans, blacks, whatever you want to call us, that was born here in the United States, for some of us, where majority of us, we didn't know anything about our ancestors except for what we were told. So over here in the United States, the way we live, our culture, all these things were, some of this stuff were, I'm gonna say, so some of our culture that we were taught, I should say, were lost along the way. But the culture that has been created for us, or what, where people are, other, y'all know what I mean, are taken from us, that they're trying to be a part of, is, what we created, because this is what we know. This is what makes us happy. This is the music that we like. Whether it's music, the way we dance, the way we talk, the swag, how we carry ourselves. What our to me, it feel like the culture that we live here in the United States as African Americans that was born and raised here is what we created here, because we didn't know anything else except for what we was told. But as time went on, you killed, during slavery, you killed, the mothers and the fathers and brothers and sisters. A lot of that stuff, you know, wasn't passed on, and then as time went on, I feel like a lot of that stuff that the slaves who came over from Africa and tried to teach their kids who's born into slavery here, and I feel like as time went on, some of that stuff started to fade, some of it changed, and then how people try to change who we are, and somewhat got away with it, because it's crazy, because nowadays a lot of people don't know about their families, or about history, or African American history. They only know what they're taught in public school systems, and they don't really get to know about their culture, or where they came from, where their family came from, what they family did. We don't, like, I would be able to tell you what tribe my family came from at this point. We don't know. And I feel like the way how we live now is what we created to be able to be happy in a country where we were forced, well, basically, you're forced to come over here. We didn't ask to come over here. I mean, our ancestors didn't ask to come over here as slaves. We were brought all over here against our will, so we only know what we were taught. And as time went on, they tried to erase our history, and we don't pretty much know. So we created this culture, and yet in the long run, they still hate us. And I don't. It's like, why? Why do you hate us so much? Why do you go through all this hatred? Why do you have all this hatred in your heart? I just don't understand that. But anyways, moving along. So the night after, I believe this was Monday night. I can't remember the kid name right now off the top of my head, but there was a kid, a 17-year-old kid, who shot and killed he shot and killed two people and injuring one. And after he had shot and killed these two people and shot another person, he's walking down the street with his rifle hanging off his neck with his hands up, and none of the police officers bothered to stop them. Now, let that have been somebody black with a long gun like that hanging from their neck, that would have been an issue, and I bet they would have stopped that black person and did something, or arrested them for walking down the street with that kind of gun hanging from their neck. But then on top of that, this is a 17-year-old kid with this rifle, and he got the nerve to try to plead self-defense. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? No, 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 no. How was that self-defense? It just gets me. It really gets under my skin so much, because like I said, first of all, you have to be a certain age to buy guns, and for as far as I know, to conceal and carry, you have to be, I believe, 18 or older. Some states 21. So, either way it go, he should be getting charged with murder or whatever it is. I know it's 5 counts of. He got 5 different felony charges going against him. But for Wisconsin, like I said, I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and where I live at Milwaukee, it's the most segregated city still in 2020. The most segregated city that you can work with. Like literally, each race has their own part of the city. Now, yes, some of us, they do mix up and stuff. It's people everywhere, but for majority of it, for like the South Side, so I say like basically the South Side is Mexican, Latinos, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, so on. And then the north side, you have your blacks. Then you have your northwest side where you have your whites and your Caucasians. And then your southeast, it's a little bit mixed, but it's majority Caucasian white people. And then for this southwest, it's majority the same thing. But like far as in the city, like you have a certain part of the city where you have the Jews, then you got the certain part of the city where you have the Hmong, and then you got the certain part of the city where you have the blacks, and then you got the certain part of the city where it's the whites, and it's crazy to think like that, but that's how it is, and it's like each race has its own part of the city, and you would think that in 2020 it would not be like that. But for right now, what I'm about to do, I'm about to start a Facebook group chat thing and try to get other people's opinions on this Black Lives Matter. So just give me a moment.
That's kind of pathetic, really. You know, I mean, no one needs. I don't. You know, no one needs to get hurt. Nobody should. You know, nobody needs.
Well,
Tommy's here and gone.
I don't know what Tommy's doing. Yeah, I was saying the same thing, and it was just to me. Oh crap, that is echoing. That's not gonna work for me because I'm hearing myself too many times. But it was just crazy because I was like, to actually hold him by his shirt and then shoot him 7 times in the back while his kids was in the back seat, like that is ridiculous.
It's pathetic. Like, I mean, on top of having, children, I mean, these children are going to be traumatized. This is, I don't care, again, we come back to, color, religion, race, whatever. To be honest, nobody should be in that situation. Nobody. That's just wrong in so many different ways. It just,
right.
And if he had to take off, then you step away and let him take off, so you don't get your foot run over or whatever, let the person take off, whatever, And if
right.
they're causing hazards, then maybe pursue on, find out where they're going. But nobody needs to pull out any weapons. You don't need to do that,
Right.
No, nobody needs to,
And the crazy,
Mr. Floyd, same thing. He was trying to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same. Everyone needs to be, yes, everyone has rights, and everyone, everyone or whoever you are in this country has the same rights as a human being. Same rights. Everybody does. Everybody does. I feel bad for it. I do. It sucks. And black people should not be segregated because of whatever's happened 50, 60 plus years ago. You're all human beings. We're all from different parts of the world. That's awesome. That's what makes us all unique, okay? Kami, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's like green. I don't know what's going on.
He's like purple and green, and I have no idea what's wrong with his internet connection. But we're all people. We're all human beings. We need to accept everybody. Everybody needs to be accepted.
That is true. I was wondering, like, if he didn't properly aim or something right, and there were so many kids around, like, what one of those bullets would have hit one of the kids who was bystanders, and you just started shooting like that?
And it could have ricocheted, could have hit a kid in the head, arm, any body part. You could have taken all the kids out, depending on which way the bullets would have went, or direction he would have pointed at the weapon. Really,
right.
he was. I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad for him, his family, everyone that's in, the surroundings of that area. Everyone's shocked. Everyone's just like, this is pathetic. We got this got to stop. We need real people, not people that get paid millions of dollars to say they're going to fix it and they don't do enough. We need people to say we're going to stand with everyone, not the rich people, not the wealthy people. I mean, I have enough wealthy family members, Martel, that they give two shits about unless you're white. Oh, watch out for that bug.
I know, right?
They don't. They don't care, but you know what? I care because everyone's a human being. You have feelings, you have rights, everything.
Because I was sitting up here thinking, like, what else do we got left to prove that we belong here? Like, we didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask to come over here. We was taken it from our homeland. I was like, and earlier when I was recording earlier, I was saying that, the culture that we live now is what we basically taught ourselves. Like, we don't know anything really about our ancestors and all that other kind of stuff except for what we were told, as time has gone on over the last 100 or so years. Like, stuff starts to die, tradition starts to fade away, and stuff is just not taught anymore. So it's like, we don't know. And it is like, this is what we taught ourselves. And it's like, what else do we got to do to prove that, hey, we love this country as much as anybody else? Like, we have family members, or some of us have fought and died for this country. And, like, what else is it that we have to prove just to be treated the same way how you treat the dirt on the bottom of your shoe, or better than the bottom of your shoe, basically?
Yeah. Everybody should be treated the same. I mean, don't get on. I mean, I've been to Chicago. I've been through parts of Milwaukee, which are a little shady. You know what? I'm still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I learned to just be quiet and keep myself to myself. That's it. I'm not bugging nobody. I mean, I've been to some shady places, Milwaukee, but I never looked for trouble and maybe asked for help, maybe. I mean,
right.
Hey, I'll tell you. Here's a good little story, Martel, if you want to add this on your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There was a black gentleman. We were in downtown Chicago last year. Was with my best friend, Lindsay, her stepdad, and her bio mom. And we were kind of like, we needed to go back to the L train. I call it the elevated train. So they call it the L in Chicago, if you're familiar with that at all.
Yep.
And so we weren't sure, and I didn't have a really good signal where we were. At the time, I didn't have I don't know what it was. But so it was downpouring this and that. So we literally crossed, I think it was near Michigan Avenue. We crossed the road, and literally you're like, oh, we really don't know where to go. And this black guy, seriously, out of nowhere, he's like, hey, he calls me, he said, hey, need some help? I'm like, yeah, I'm from out of state. I said, I just need to get back on the elevated train. He said, listen, man, you go down this way, take a left, and then just go upstairs, and you'll be right there. And I'm like, I said, oh my God, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say God, but I said, oh my God, thank you, sir. You're such a gentleman. I said,
right.
He said, oh, my wife thinks I'm pain in her ass. And I said, no, you tell your wife you did something good for someone from a farm. I said, so great job for you, sir. Have a great day. And then he's like, wait, he's like, oh, sorry, you're a miss, not sir. Which I really didn't. Again, not the big deal. But that right there, Martel, I wasn't asking. I just said it in general, and there's a group of people, and this guy came right up to me and said, I can tell you where. And I'm like, this is Chicago? Okay. I just, again, didn't expect it, but I thought that was awesome. I'll never see this guy again. No idea what his name was, but.
Right.
I think that was phenomenal. That was like, I was like, kind of like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I say it felt important, but I felt good about it.
I mean,
and
right.
I felt safe.
I mean, it showed that not all black people are, like violent criminals, how a lot of black people are portrayed on TV. Like, I don't know if you saw the post that Taraji P. Henson had posted. So
I don't believe so.
So the New York Post had made posted about the 17-year-old who shot and killed the two people and wounded the other one. So they had a poster, like a post was saying like he was in Kenosha, cleaning graffiti from the protesters or whatever. But then when Trayvon Martin got killed, who was 17 years old, and the New York Post made a post there, they had put a post saying that Trayvon Martin had traces of marijuana in his system at the time of his death. Like, what does that have to do? This is two separate situations. Like, this 17-year-old lost his life, and you still going to try to make him look like a thug or a criminal, compared to now you have this white kid who just murdered 2 people and wounded another person, and you're going to make him look like he's an angel.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, that's stupid. Yeah, so what? So he had what the United States government's called illegal drugs. Whatever. But you know what? So, they don't need to know about that. We needed to know that he was there doing, like, this was what he was doing. The proper thing was trying to clean up, and he got killed. Now, that should be, I'm not going to say that should be on a top news story. Yes, definitely.
Right.
Yes, we don't need to hear about marijuana. Who cares?
Exactly.
I mean, that'd be like half of the people in the different groups. That's not even. It's so small. Like.
Exactly.
But they're taking the wrong shit and circling around and making it look like it's a big deal. And it's wrong. It's wrong.
And the one thing that tripped me out, the police, I think he was a sheriff or somebody down there, but he said he has yet to see the video of Jacob Blake getting shot 7 times. How are you the freaking sheriff and you have yet to see the video? So this was like Thursday, I believe Thursday or yesterday, where he went on live TV and said this, that he have yet to see the video of him getting shot. Which I find is like, if your department, whatever, eventually he's going to become part of the investigation. So you would have thought that he would at least saw the video by now. That just showed that police department really don't care about this black guy getting shot in the back 7 times.
No, they don't care. They have no. They're like, again, like I was telling you about some family members I have or people I know, that supremacy. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to just say white, but just supremacy. That word. Mm-hmm. It's pathetic. Like. People, let's get off that page. Yes, there's good and bad people everywhere. Every race has got them. We all got them. We all got good. Yes. We all got bad. So you can't get rid of the bad and evil people. We'd love to get rid of all of them because then we'd have a walk in the park all the time.
If we got rid of all the bad and evil people, we wouldn't need police officers. We wouldn't need judges. We wouldn't need a lot of these jobs that require. Their job to take care of the bad people for us.
You would have jails, like I think somewhere in Europe, Netherlands or somewhere in Europe, they actually, all their correctional institutes, their jails are like empty. It really took, I think there was some article maybe about 6 to 8 months ago, So I don't know what their program was, but they literally took all these inmates that were all, it doesn't matter what race you were, There was some black, white, whatever else, different other country people. And they some program, and that's it. They never got into details, but some program they had to do to get back out into society. And eventually everyone wanted to follow suit because they want to get back out into society.
Right. Right, basically like rehabilitating these people so that when they do get back into the world, they can be productive citizens instead of going back to their old lives, which makes sense.
And a lot of people, they did it. And the jails are pretty much non-existent. There's hardly nothing. They still have police and a judge, but they don't do a whole heck of a lot. Really, right. There's, to the point where you said, if you got rid of, if we could rehabilitate these people that are, yes, maybe, there's even, I was watching some article about, it was a biography about Chicago when they had the big heat wave in the late 80s, early 90s, I made a mistake. And they had something about the big heat wave and then all these businesses that used to be around, but because they were in, again, this is the news report saying, they were in black neighborhoods. Well, we had to close them down because there's too many thugs and gangsters. I'm like, are you shitting me?
Wow.
Really? I'm like, hold up, stop. There's people there. They're trying to, pay their bills, trying to stay alive, trying to do what they need to do to take care of their families if they have them. And you're shutting down stores, convenience places that they could walk to, drive to in a distance. You're shutting them down so they have to go all the way through town. Which they might not be able to find gas for.
Right.
I'm just, I think it's wrong. It's not right.
For they can have the
same. Chicago.
Right, and for that, that's why they can have the same issues like Frank Nitti did on his walk to Washington D.C. I don't know if you've been following that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So he had it was the incident when he got arrested, I believe, in Indiana, and then then the group that was walking from Milwaukee to D.C. I think somewhere in Philadelphia, they got shot at by a white supremacist. And it's crazy because once again, like from what I've been following online since during the whole walk, they were not violent whatsoever. They just they marched and they chanted and they kept going. They didn't stop. They didn't create violence. They didn't create havoc. They didn't create any of that. And when they got to in Philadelphia, the man came out and said they was on his property. They was all ganged up and all these other things. I'm like, but all they did was peacefully going back to where they started at, and before they can finish their walk. And I'm like, and he felt the need to shoot at him? Like, no, that's not right.
That's not really. I have been kind of following. I mean, granted, on Newsy kind of they've been doing little snips about him. So because I don't like to watch I watch some news, but not as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. But I've been watching a lot. You get little snips on Facebook, like real, like legitimate stuff, not all this blah blah blah, But yeah, no, I mean, hey, they're doing this for a cause. They're not rioting. They're not destroying things. They're getting out there and they're walking. We're done with how America's treating us. Hey, I respect them. I respect all of them. Do I respect the people that are shooting at them, cuffing them, throw them in jail? I have no respect for those people. I have no respect for them at all.
And that's see, you just said right on track. They're tired of the way how America is treating them. And like I said, we try to do good in sports. We try to be productive citizens and actually, be productive within this country. It just boils down to like, what more do you need from us for you to see us as an equal?
And I'm still there. Oh crap!
Yep, I'm here.
I'm like, oh no, I thought I lost it. Sorry, there's got all this goofy. I got all this stuff. I got my Kindle. All of a sudden, everything is kind of like, boop. All of a sudden, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it's wrong, Martel, because there's protests in Fond du Lac. I've seen some in Oshkosh. Everyone's got their signs. Hey, that's and let this is it. You need to be accepted. I don't care. All black people got to be accepted. You got your life matters. And I told a young lady I was at Walmart. I said, listen, can I tell you something? I said, your life matters. I said, as a black person. And I said, I'm transgender. My life matters too. I said, but you know what? I said, we all matter together. I said, the people that are not are getting, we're getting demonized, black, transgender, gay, lesbian, bisexual, all these people, we're all getting demonized as we're all bad people. None of us are bad. There may be bad in the group somewhere, but the majority of us are good, honest citizens. Like you said, I mean, hey, I met Leroy Butler. I just ran into him when we were, going through. I was like, he's like, and I was in a guy mode a few years ago, and he said, I'm guessing you want to shake my hand. I'm like, well, could I, sir? I'm like, I know who you are. I'm too nervous. He's like, call me Leroy, and I'm going. I'm like, I shook his hand. I'm like, well, thank you. He's like, I don't know, looks like 7 foot tall. I mean, I'm maybe 5 summits. I'm like, sir, I didn't know what to say. He's like, you're not scared of me. I'm like, no, I just didn't know what to say. I'm kind of like, you're famous, and I'm just a person, and.
He one of those famous people where he still treats you like a human being, like you're a normal person. Even though we look at them like, oh my God, it's them. But like, I like famous people that's like that. Like, oh, they still treat us like we're normal.
And I didn't know what to say. I was kind of like, I kept at this. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just really nervous. I don't know what to say. So, I know you are. I watched the Packers and I'm a big fan and stuff like that. And I said, you're awesome, And he's like, I'll shake your hand, stuff like that. And I didn't have nothing to sign, but it was an honor.
Right.
I mean, I still to this day, I thought they looked like a white ghost looking at him. I was like,
I was just in Green Bay this week.
But and you know what? That's maybe the first time I met. It doesn't mean it's and I anybody. But I think it's just cool. I think it's, to me, I mean, I can meet white players all day long. Okay. But there are some really, to me, there's some really famous black players out there that I would love to meet. There's more of them. Now, off the top of my head, I'm not going to be able to tell you, but I mean, there are people out there that, Michael Jordan, I'd love to meet him sometime. That'd be cool to meet him,
It's Giannis for me.
There's some basketball player. There's basketball, football, baseball. Bo Jackson, I don't know if you ever heard of him at all.
Who?
He played in the 90s. Bo Jackson, he played for the Los Angeles Raiders, and then he played baseball too. He played both baseball and football.
Oh yeah, I have absolutely no IQ about 90s football.
Okay, well, I'm just saying he was Bo Jackson was he had like Larry Bird, Michael Jackson, he had all these people that I knew from the 90s, and they were all cool, I think it was funny when you've ever seen the McDonald's. Go look at McDonald's commercial time. They have Larry Bird versus Michael Jordan doing all these three throws from McDonald's. It's a joke, off the hoop, through the card, down, this and that, and they would do all this shit on a McDonald's. It was so funny, but it was I'll tell you some. I can tell you a good story about Claire before I was Claire, even though I haven't been that way for a long time. So there was a gentleman in middle school. He's a black guy. His name was Ben. Super nice guy. In middle school, he threw me in the garbage. Okay?
What?
Yeah, he threw me in the garbage. Yeah. I was this little runt kind of middle schooler, and I didn't do nothing to him. He just threw me in the garbage. Boom, done. And I didn't do nothing to him, nothing like that, And I just kind of walked away. I was maybe a little upset or crying, whatever else. But then we got to high school. He got picked on, and he was my locker partner. And I'm like, in my homeroom, like, Ben, he's like, you. And I said, I don't care what you did with me in middle school. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I just walked away from me. I was just scared. He's like, yeah, people pick on me because I'm black. Okay, you're a human being. You still need love, and you still need to be talked to like any human being needs to be talked to. So you're a person. Okay. I said, so I accept you as a person. You're a human being, and you're a guy, you're a young man. I said, so yeah. And that's it. After that, seriously, in high school, anyone messed with me? I mean, he was like, I don't know, 6'8", 6'5". I don't know, he was tall. I don't know. He'd probably pick me up and throw me around if he wanted to, but
oh boy,
super nice guy. Super nice guy. Well, I'm not in that way, but
so you say.
No. He wasn't gay. Just say, not that correct. No, not gay.
Tommy is down there tickled.
But I mean, he was, and I stuck up for him all the time. I thought he was I've seen him maybe in the last 5 years, and he's like, you know what? If it wasn't for you, give me some inspiration, regardless of all these white kids and all their, blah blah blah. And I said, hey, I was taught to respect people. So I was taught. So I respect people. You're people. You're people. You can be part of my people if you want. I said, I don't care, but you're a person. You're a human being.
That's not tough. I get along with people. No matter what your race is, I get along with people. And I don't see why that's so hard for the supremacists out there. Like, we've done nothing to you for you to hate us. But then
there's nothing that you.
But then I think about, they were taught to think that way though. And, for some of them, it's hard to break that mindset that black people are as equals to me, or they might not have nothing to offer me now, but I might be able to offer them something later on down the line. They might be able to offer me. It's certain things. It's like, either way it go, it's like we all just the same. We're all in this world just trying to survive and be happy at the end of the day, and that's all we're trying to do. And we don't want to constantly get pulled over and worry about if we're going to live through this traffic stop, or am I going to be judged because I'm walking through a certain neighborhood, or I walk past a lady, she's clenching her purse because I'm a tall black guy walking past, or it was the lady who called the police on this black family because they had a pool. They lived in an apartment building and they had a pool outside in the backyard, and she called the police on them.
What?
Yes.
Really?
she called the police on them and everything. So it's just crazy. Like, we're just trying to have fun and survive and be in this world and be happy. And it's like, it feels like certain people just get upset when they see black people happy.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I work with a gentleman named Moses. I think he's really from New York, he said. I don't know, somewhere in New York State. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I work with a gentleman. He was always angry, but he never was angry at me. This was weird. I don't know. Don't ask me why. He was never angry at me. He's like, you're always, and I know I'm way too happy, go lucky. I know. I said, I know a lot of people. I said, I just don't have a lot of friends. And I was like, why don't you have a lot of friends? And I said, most people just don't like me because I'm just too happy-go-lucky. I'm just too positive in life and this and that. And he said, really? Oh, so yeah. Oh, I get judged by this all the time. And I said, even what I'm doing. And he's like, Moses, like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm transitioning into a woman. He said, okay, that's it. They said, okay. And I say, you're a person. And I said, wait, stop. You said I'm still a person? Like, I just stopped. Like, hold on, stop. He's like, yes. I just want to stop him. Like, did I hear you say that, or you just randomly saying something for,
Right.
No, you're still. And I was like, Moses, listen, I have respect for everybody, okay? I do. There's some people out there that I just don't have respect for that are mean and hateful. I don't have respect for those people. I respect you as a person, and I respect you even more as a person right now. I said, because most of the people I work with, I said, well, just eat me alive, not in a, just in a negative way, just out of, so I said, I just made him stop. He's a black guy. Like, he looks like, I'm not gonna lie, this guy was about 5'7", maybe 5'8.5", and he looked like a defensive football player. I'm not gonna lie. This guy looks like he could just run people over, just flatten them. This built big guy, and I thought, wow, I was like, why didn't you play football? I kept telling him, like, he's like, well, I'm almost 30. So what? Well, my wife won't let me. Hey, do it. Tell your wife you can make 3 times the money.
In sports, 30 is considered old, but why are you describing that? I think that's what Kami likes down there. He likes the football players and stuff. I'm just putting that out there so we know what to look for for Kami. He's been going through some stuff we're gonna have to talk about. Don't you try to look like that.
Kami, are you thinking football as in soccer football or football as in North American football? Which one? Which one are you talking? Because there's foosball.
I don't think it matters when it comes to Kami. It don't even matter at this point.
Okay. I want to make sure because there is a South African football team which is actually soccer, but don't ask me why I know this. Don't ask me. I just randomly watch stuff. I don't know.
Kami, can you play soccer? No, okay. No, you don't. No, I don't think you can. You look like you're bad at it. Never mind. Don't you look appalled? We all know that you're terrible.
Okay, Kami, you play soccer, then I'll be a cheerleader then. Okay, I'll be the cheerleader on the side. Kami.
Oh my dear Lord Jesus. Oh my goodness.
I'll be the good-looking rep. How's that sound? I'll be the good-looking rep. With those really tight biker shorts.
I hadn't meant to ask you. So where did Crystal come from?
Okay, so originally, I'd like to give a little background on it. So as Chuck is slowly going off into the sunset, which means I get a new phone pretty soon. So Crystal I've had since I was 15 years old. Okay. I've had that name. So since 15 years old, I've been transgender. I kind of did a little background myself. And I decided to, because I'm going to change my name to Claire. I felt like people have radio names. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I wanted to use that as my original. So some people will still call me Claire on Facebook, which is completely fine, and I'm okay with that. But I decided to, in my original plan of a name, that was my original plan to go with that. It was originally Crystal. So I thought it would be nice to have that on my Facebook page. And so I should probably do a little, bio details on myself as to why I chose that and who what my real name is. But so that's why I went with that. So
I was wondering, I was finally when I get used to saying Claire, Now it's going to be changed? Like, no. We're going to have to talk about this.
So always gonna be clear. Always be clear. Just that's what I decided to go with for right now until I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna actually get the paperwork. I'm gonna get that dropped off Monday or Tuesday of next week. So within 6 to 8 weeks, I will have probably, because we're back to phase 1 in Fine Line County, so I'll probably just have it won't be in person, but over my computer, my PC. I'll just do like a video, and then maybe within a day or two I'll be able to go down and get the paperwork, stuff like that. So I'll take a day off, and then I'll go get that all done, and then I have 30 days to change everything over. So bank accounts, credit cards, my retirement funds, all this other jazzy stuff. Everything gets changed over. And then I will be oh my gosh, why do I keep touching shit?
Well, I can see you. I don't know what's going on your end. You're fine on mine.
So I can look, I can do little cool things with my Kindle here. I don't know what's gonna do now. I don't know. Maybe not. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
All right, what's up on me now? Come on, really? There go this way. Okay, so never mind. Okay, so I will do that within 6 to 8 weeks from September 1st. So somewhere around mid-October to end of October, I will have a court appearance, and then it's the same as getting married. Same deal.
Oh, okay.
Just I'm doing a first mill. So my legal name will be Claire Brooklyn Burholtz.
All right. Oh, look, Kami agrees. Kami likes it. Okay. It got the Kami approval.
Got the Kami approval? That's good. I like Brooklyn because Brooklyn kind of covers a wide range. Like, if you were, and that's what I was going for. Something that covered a vast. So, Brooklyn is actually out of the whole spectrum. So, regardless of what race you are, there's Brooklyns that are white, black, Spanish, whatever, wherever, all over the world. So I was like, that was my go-to, was to do, I wanted something like that. I want something that was kind of like a vast, so if I decide today I'm not going to be Claire, you can call me Brooke or Brooklyn, I'd be like, gosh darn bugs.
I know, right? Jesus Christ, these things has been getting on my freaking nerve so much. I just can't wait for this.
We'll get Martel. We'll get you a bug zapper. I'll go to Tractor Supply Company and get you a bug zapper.
Oh my goodness, I need it so bad. That's because it's a certain senior citizen who be here, and they like to leave the front door open, and so it'll be like all the bugs be coming in. Yeah.
Goodness. So, and you can't hang one of those strip things down because you have cats, so cats like to play with everything.
Oh no, it's one in the living room hanging from the ceiling fan thing, but I don't even think those things work. So yeah.
Oh, you want one thing that does work though? I should ask my neighbor. He installed these outside lights. They got like a bug zapper on them.
What?
Yeah.
I might have to invest in it.
It's like an LED light, and then on the bottom, I think of it, so it's like, just like a light, like the light, I don't know, my lighting is the best, which is probably my camera, like that, and on the bottom end of it, it's like the bottom end is a bug zapper, so, whatever it is, Yeah, so it's like an LED light, and for some reason, it sends all these blue or some kind of yellow kind of light to them, and they go right to it, and then they go bye-bye.
Oh, yeah,
later.
I'm gonna have to invest in that, yeah, because it's starting to get better now, but it's not too bad. It's always that one little fly that always tend to get. Kami, are you shopping in the middle of our segment, Kami?
Yeah, he's gonna shop for you. No, not that. He doesn't want to look like looks like a radiator, Kami. Oh, the light, not the radiator, dude. Put that in U.S. dollars, please, not European numbers. I don't know what it is in Germany. Just kidding. Yeah. So they're like little white. They're like here. Yeah, little white with that blue. Yep, centering them. That's what they are. Yep, they got a light bulb. Yep, like that.
Oh.
like I said, they're around, I don't know, maybe, you can actually just get a bulb. So depending on what your outside light fixture is, you can just get the bulb. I don't know if they're $20 or $30, but Lowe's, Home Depot.
Yeah, I do got one. A light thing that sits right outside my front door on the porch. So that might be a good place to. Yeah, I might have to invest in one of those.
Yeah. No radiators, Kami. We don't need a freaking radiator, folks. This is not. We don't live in Kansas, dude. We do not live in Kansas. There's tornadoes in Kansas, so we don't deal with that crap.
I keep telling people I am so freaking happy that I live in the north. I said because I would not be able to survive down south. So first of all, it's too hot. They have bugs and snakes and alligators on top of that. But on top of that, they have tornadoes, earthquakes, and hurricanes. I don't have time for all of that. No.
Yeah.
This is why I will deal with the snow for 7 months out the year that we deal with snow. I will deal with that snow than dealing with having all them different kinds of. I couldn't know. Because I think like.
He's showing you the place. They're like a place wire. It's a bug zapper. They look like a tennis tracker.
Kami, I'm too lazy for that. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm lazy. If I gotta swat something, I see how long the bug was just getting on my nerve now before I finally, I'm just.
Go find mine. I got one, Kami. I got one just for MARTEL. I said it right off. I got a bug zapper. I'll sit outside. It's funny. I'll sit outside this, and then I'll go. And it's kind of like zips up around my head. I'll do this and do that, and around my body, and.
Because most of the time, because I'm not really at home that much because I'm mostly at work. So then by the time I get home about 4-ish. And then most of the time by 8 o'clock I'm asleep. So I'm only woke for 4 hours when I'm at home. The rest of the time I spend it sleeping. So, yeah.
I have some good news, MARTEL.
What happened?
Big news.
It's a party? There's going to be wine.
Yeah. Lots of wine, sure. Yeah. Lots of wine. Yeah, we're bringing the big wine truck over to your house and just let you tap into it for the next 6 months.
That'd be wonderful. That would make me so happy.
No, I don't have a truck like that yet. I'm working on it. But I will be down in. Actually, I switched doctors. My doctor's actually at Sargent Medical Center, which is an inclusion clinic, part of Freighter Hospital.
Oh, okay. That's next to where I park at. Okay.
I will be down there for my appointment at 3:30 Monday, September 21st. So, afterwards, if you're not working, if you and Marcus or you're not working, maybe we could all go out for supper, maybe or something like that. Maybe I can figure out where I need to go. Can do supper on a Monday.
Because I know I always work every Monday, but I'm done at 3:30.
Okay.
So, and I have nothing planned. I don't think I have anything planned. I don't have an interview until the 26th because somebody's interviewing me for for their podcast. So, yeah, I don't have anything that I really have to do besides recording the podcast and then sleeping. The Kami's hat threw me off again. I'm sorry. It caught me off guard.
I know, zero.
It was like he put his head down or something, and I'm like, wait, did he just go put on a mask now? Like, wait, hold on. I forgot it was a hat. I forgot.
He's doing like cross stitching or something like that. He's working on. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
It's for one of his newer outfits. It's for one of your outfits, right, Kami?
Yeah. Are you gonna hang that on the wall? Is that gonna get hung on the wall?
It's going on his outfit that he's designing. He had posted it on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if anybody need a custom outfit made, Kami Gecko, you can find them on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Just send him your measurements, and he can make whatever it is that you want him to make.
Great, Tommy. How much is that? How much do you charge for international shipping? How much does that come to the United States for? Does that cost me $50 in U.S. dollars or what?
Is that all your materials? Oh my goodness, you a material hoarder. I knew you hoard. Oh, there goes the sewing area.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, sewing. What kind of machine? What's Sam? Is it a Singer? Hold on, he's gonna show me what the brand is. There's a few out there.
We're getting old, Kami. We can't see that. The
Like
brand name.
It's like an E or a C. I don't know.
Jeez, he know we're getting old. You see how them young folks try to treat us nowadays?
I tell ya.
This ain't Mission.
Oh, Emission. Oh, that's by I think no, that's Singer. What's the other? There's another company out there that's a big competitor against Singer. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, I believe a Pezzo. Oh, maybe it isn't then. Oh, it's maybe not what I thought it was. Oh, maybe it isn't. Okay. The big one in North America is Singer. Singer's the big one. That's the big one. It's like somewhere in the United States. I don't know. I think it's made in Wisconsin, probably, like everything else is made in Wisconsin.
While we're on it, so Kami, for Halloween, I need an Undertaker jacket. You know the wrestler, the Undertaker? He has multiple jackets.
Wait, hold on. He's going to take his headsets off here. He's going to be right back.
Because I got invited to a Halloween party. I know the podcast people are going to be like, what the hell is going on for the last 10 minutes? But I got invited to this Halloween party. I was like, I keep saying every year that one of these years I'm going to go as the Undertaker. I never get around to doing it. I'm like, and then I think this year is actually my first Halloween weekend. Actually, my first Halloween off in like 7-8 years now. So I'm excited.
Oh, so I need to make an appearance then? Ooh, I can show up.
And I took off, so I think altogether I should be off for 7 or 8 days during the Halloween festivities.
What's he got going on there? Okay, so he's got the jacket.
Oh, yeah, that's the... I don't know if I'd be able to fit that jacket though. You know, Kami, I'm a little. Oh, and it's long. Oh my god. Did you?
Oh, I want to.
Did you? Oh wait, I don't know. He can't hear us, can he? No, he can't hear us yet.
Doesn't have a top for that. Oh, I wonder if I should give you that one I got in my house here, Martel. I got one that's like almost. Well, now I'd be drowning in it. Maybe that might fit you. I don't know. It's like a large extra large.
Because I'm like 6 foot or 6'1", so I need one that's gonna at least go like down to my ankle.
What about that store that is in the Mayfair Mall upstairs? And it's I call it. It looks like the black man's formal store. I don't know the name of it. But it's like on the second floor, and it's all like fancy suits and everything. I mean, it looks really neat.
I'm trying to find let's see, images. Because it's this one that he used to wear. I kept on saying, if I could get one... Oh, crap, I gotta go to screen share. Stupid, I forgot. Okay, how do I do the screen share? Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm sorry, podcast people. I will get back to y'all very soon. Just give me a second. I don't know who just tuned in. Oh, hey, Hattie Mae Pierce. How you doing? So, Kami, I wanted something similar to this.
Oh, wait, he's got thoughts. He's thinking. He's got the brain. He's thinking.
So, yeah, I wanted something similar to that.
He's thinking.
Okay.
Oh, watch out. He's going to work. I say, see that brain moving. He's going.
Wait, how do I, oh, wait, are you guys able to see me again? Okay, wait.
No.
Okay, wait. Okay, there we go. Hattie,
Hattie,
what are your thoughts on Black Lives Matter? Oh, she's gonna be the old fussy lady that's gonna sit there. Okay. So for everybody knows, Hattie Mae, I work with Hattie Mae Pierce. She be so upset with me because I be calling her Sophia from the Golden Girls, so she be upset.
Oh, jeez. Hi, Hattie Mae. Hi, how are you?
Okay, see, I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, like it don't take it didn't take 7 bullets to stop that to stop him. No. 7 whole bullets.
No. It don't. No. I mean, it's. I mean, seriously. I mean, like I explained before. You know, why did you even grab your weapon? You know, why did they just let him go? Let him go. You followed up. An officer would have followed him over to his residence. They're going to ask you some questions. Same thing with Mr. Floyd. All they had to do is ask basic questions. That's it. Ask the basic questions.
But the crazy part is, even if y'all would have drove off, I'm pretty sure y'all had his name already. You got his license plate number, so there was no reason for you to shoot this man. And then what if you would have killed him? Then, like, I think things, like, it would have been even a worse situation now if they would have killed him. Like, Kenosha would be totally different. It would look like Portland in Kenosha right now if they would have killed him.
Oh, yeah. And I thought, just by the way I looked at the video, I thought he got killed.
Right.
Again, I just thought myself, I was assuming it's like, just the way that the gun looked like he was holding and this and that, I thought he hit him. He was gone. I thought, oh, geez, this is just what we need, you know.
Right.
This is what we need, you know. We don't need this. This is wrong.
I think Kami's down there getting some cosplay ideas. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it was just crazy. And then, what was? I'm trying to think. Wow, what was it? I hate when my mind goes blank. I had it right in my head now. I can't remember. Oh, so did you hear about the two people that the church sent down there?
I heard something, but I didn't know where they came from.
Okay, so there was a church here in Milwaukee, and they sent what was it? They sent like supplies down there. They sent like first aid kits, fire extinguishers. They sent bottled water, masks, snacks, all the like almost like essential stuff for the protesters who was out there protesting. And I don't know if it was the National Guard or FBI, one of them intercepted them and then arrested the two people the church people, those working for the church taking the stuff down to Kenosha, arrested them 2 people and then confiscated the truck. And then I think this was like yesterday, I was watching news and the church people like, we still haven't heard from the people we sent down there, and we still haven't got our stuff back from the National Guard.
Well, that's just pathetic. I mean, what they're trying to go down there to try to help the people that have been, what's the word here? You've been, I can't get the word, but you've been set back by what's going on,
Right.
And so you need some help, and they're doing what they had to do. They're doing what they're trying to help, which I think there's nothing wrong with that. Now, whoever was in charge was the FBI. The Kenosha Sheriff's Department, whoever decided to divert these people, okay, whoever the upper management that made the call should be the person that should be fired.
Right.
It should be fired. And wherever these people are that are being cuffed, and wherever they're jailed at, wherever they are in Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha, wherever, I think they need to be. They need to let go. All charges dropped. Nothing on your nothing. Just a clear record. That's it.
See, I haven't had a chance to watch the news today to figure out what happened with them, so I'm gonna have to do an update on that on the next episode of the podcast about what happened with them church people. Cause I'm like, that is just crazy.
That's stupid. That's pathetic.
Oh wait, I got it. Give me 1 second. Okay, I thought I was having some technical issues with this thing. Alright, sorry I had to butt in, but due to the sake of time, I have to cut this episode short. But I want to say thank you to Claire for joining me on this episode. And remember, everybody out there, that you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at MARTEL ROWLAND. And don't forget to follow the podcast at Samcast Defending Podcast on